Welcome to 700 Credits video series focusing on credit and compliance. This video shows you how to process the red flag summary section of the credit report. When a red flag report results in an alert or a low red flag score, the status changes to an out-of-wallet required. These statuses must be remediated before financing for the applicant is secured. A good business practice is for your finance officer to ensure the status is not present before proceeding with the deal. These statuses must be remediated according to federal regulations. View the status in the upper right corner of the red flag summary. If the status is out of wallet required, you need to take additional steps to verify the applicant is who they say they are. Do not rely solely on what is listed in the result column. Both of these examples require additional steps to verify the applicant. In the first example, an alert is returned, which will always require additional steps. The second example, though, does not contain any alerts, but based on the score returned, additional verification of the applicant is required. There are two methods to remediate these. Utilize 700 Credits out-of-wallet service to verify the applicant, or utilize manual methods and manually override the status. Both of these will be covered in this video. First, let's discuss utilizing out-of-wallet questions. To verify the applicant, click on the Out-of-Wallet Questions button. The questions returned are based on public records, the National Change of Address database, motor vehicle records, and credit databases. Questions contain specific information only the applicant would know. Based on the percentage answered correctly, the applicant is either verified or further verification is recommended by the system. Once the questions are generated, you have 29 minutes to submit answers. If the 29 minutes expire, you need to select the Out-of-Wallet Questions button again to generate new questions or complete the verification via a manual method. To answer the questions, the applicant can view your monitor, you can read the questions to the applicant, or you can print them out with the print button below the questions. Once the answers are selected, click the Submit button below the questions. The results are returned on the red flag summary. If the score shows the applicant passed, alerts and cautions are now cleared. Also, notice the status no longer states out-of-wallet questions are required. It lists additional steps required, if any. If the score states the applicant failed, you can request another set of questions by clicking on the Out-of-Wallet Questions button again, or complete a manual override. The second method to clear red flags when they occur is the manual override option. This is sometimes required as well when your normal process is to utilize out-of-wallet questions. Occasionally, you'll click the Out-of-Wallet Questions button and receive a message that no questions are available. Sufficient information does not exist to generate questions. You will need to complete a manual override. If using a manual method to override the red flag, you must obtain additional forms of ID and verifications of address from the consumer, such as a utility bill which shows the applicant's address which matches the application. To complete a manual override, enlarge the screen containing the credit report to view the Override Status Add Notes button. Depending on the system you are using, you may need to scroll to the right from the bottom scroll bar or scroll up and down using the scroll bar on the right side of the page. At times, depending again on the system used, there may be two scroll bars to the right. The override button appears at the top right of the page when you initially run the report and at the bottom right of the page on a report you previously pulled. If your users cannot see the manual override button, this may be turned off for your user's user level. This allows you to determine who within your dealership has the authority to perform manual overrides. Click on the Override Status button. A box for notes pops up. Add descriptive notes that include what information you obtained to verify the applicant's ID and click on the Add Note and Clear Alerts button. The alert is cleared and the status no longer states out-of-wallet questions are required. You may need to close and reopen the credit report for the results to show as cleared. Notes are added to the Details section of the applicant list. Be sure to add descriptive notes so that if you are audited, it clearly explains the reason why you manually cleared the alert in the red flag audit report. Note this status is now ID verification required. If you are using 700 Credits ID verification process to monitor and report on the status of your ID verifications, you should proceed with verifying the ID and mark complete. Select the Verify ID button. 4 questions are returned. The applicant presented a government-issued photo ID. The ID was not altered. The photo and description of the applicant match the person standing in front of you. The information on the ID matches what the applicant entered on their application. Once you have answered the questions, click Submit. The next steps show the ID verification is now completed and the status states it is okay to proceed with the application. If you are not utilizing 700 credits ID verification process, you can consider this red flag remediated and proceed with financing the deal. For information on auditing your red flag program, see our video on how to audit your red flag program.